We have Thymo van den Berg, who is the manager information development asset management at ProRail. Thymo has over 18 years experience in rail, mostly at asset management. As a data enthusiast, he has worked at ProRail on configuration management, building information management, and performance-based maintenance contracts. In the last 3 years, he's manager information development. His team is responsible to create more value from data through new ways of working, and his focus is mainly on advanced analytics and sensoring. So firstly, Thymo, it'd be great to just know a little bit more about your background in terms of how long have you been working within ProRail and the rail industry in general, and how did you actually start in the rail industry?
Interesting question. Yeah, I feel like an old asset of ProRail. I've been working in ProRail within for the last 18 years in different on different places. So I have a legal background, but I really enjoyed creating a better world by using data or information. So I did different things on that topic, and the development in my career is from more the GIS background, geographical information systems, towards the asset management and data of ProRail within projects and asset management in general. So yeah, it's an interesting journey, and I'm really happy on the place where I'm at the moment, because much of the knowledge I have had over the last years I can use in my job, developing new types of products and businesses within ProRail.
Fantastic, that's really good. I mean, also kind of playing a little bit on that theme in terms of what has been the most ambitious, innovative project you've worked on in terms of this application of data, and why has that been, I guess, a challenge or an ambitious project from your point of view?
We have many ambitious projects. I think not all our projects work out to become a product in operation. I think one of the challenges at the moment is something is. Let me explain. The railway and the sleeper in the network do have a clip to fasten the railway to the sleeper, and not all the clips in the Netherlands are okay. Their health is bad. So what we try to do is make an algorithm that looks at images of bad clips in a network, and it's so hard to find them, and it's really hard to create an algorithm that can see those defects. So I don't know if it's the best or the most ambitious project, but I think for ProRail it would be really good if we could use data science and images we collect from specific measurement trains to see those clips. And what we already have is algorithms that look at the railway or look at sleepers, but the clips is a different type of thing, and there's so many, but not enough problem ones. So I think that could be an interesting challenge for developers to help us to find those defects within the system. Yeah.
Okay, that sounds like a real challenge.
Yeah.
And why do you think it is that data science, data management is becoming so paramount in the rail industry right now?
Yeah, so I think we are an industry where there's a lot of data, so a lot of possibilities, and I think we're quite slower than other industries. So I think if we look at finance markets, for example, or automotive industry, we see much quicker and more developments by using data smartly. And I think we're slower as an industry, and everybody sees around them that there are new opportunities to create value from data. And I think a few years ago, I still had to explain to everybody it's important to create data to create value. But nowadays, everybody knows that already, and they ask more the question, how do we get there? What do we have to do? So I think we're getting there. So we're improving in pace as an industry. But I think the biggest challenge is how to get there and how to do it together. So everybody wants a piece of the cake, but do we also want to share the cake? Do we want to create it with our companies together? So I think that's different in other industries, that it's quite easier to share developments.
And obviously, in terms of managing, data through an organization as big as a rail company, I mean, what are the kind of obvious challenges, or the kind of challenges you've had to overcome in terms of breaking that process of how we work and how we share data?
It's a hard question. So I think we have some people within ProRail that are really excited about using data and learn it and really adopt it. But we also, I think one of the challenges is the more traditional way of working with our mechanics, our engineers. How do we get them addicted to create data? Maybe not data which they use themselves, but for other people in the chain. So I think the mindset should be changed, and eventually that results in better data from projects or maintenance towards insights in investments, for example. And it's always hard to work on data. I think it's not okay. What I see, in projects, for example, it's really important to finish a project, infrastructure project or a station project on time, and have a happy opening. But on time doesn't always mean with the right data. So what I sometimes see is that team B has to do the data part and team A has to create the new infrastructure. And what I want really to change is that team A, the best team, is also responsible for delivering the right data, because I think the data is as important as the infrastructure itself. So I think those challenges are still there, and we have to overcome them. So I think many asset owners are data driven owners. We don't do a lot of ourselves. We contract or subcontract it to different parties, but the main thing we should aim at is the data itself. So I think there's still a big way to go to create asset data that is really good and helpful in our processes. Yeah.
And I guess just to give us a little flavor in terms of what will you be covering in your presentation for those who are maybe unaware of obviously what you do within ProRail?
Yeah, so I will briefly talk about becoming a data-driven company within ProRail and what our thoughts are on getting there, and we'll talk about our information model, data acquisition in the future, and of course the usage of data within our company with our teams in advanced analytics, data science, to create the real good insights for our colleagues and partners to make the best choices and to create the best network in the world. Yeah, that's it.
And finally, what are you looking forward to most at this year's Infrastructure Summit?
Yeah, I think it's good to hear where everybody is busy with. So to learn from others, to share ideas or share insights, and to see if we can work together on some topics. So for me, this is an interesting place to roam around and to listen and to learn from others, and to see if we can adopt it in the Netherlands. Yeah.
Well, Thymo, I'd like to say thank you very much for giving us your time today. We look forward to hearing your presentation at the summit in a few weeks' time. Until then, thank you very much.
Thank you.